The present brain trap that kills future you. You plan big, but when it's time to act, your present brain grabs the quick hit. One scroll, one snack, one "I'll start tomorrow." Then comes the guilt spiral. Doom scroll, blow the budget, skip the workout, swear you'll fix it Monday. The thing most people miss, this isn't a willpower problem, it's temporal discounting. Your brain undervalues anything that feels distant. In the next few minutes, I'll give you the 5-minute time bridge system that aligns present you with future you. Quick win first, there's a switch you can flip today to make delayed gratification feel easy. Then I'll show you exactly why it works. The future friend switch. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Your brain treats future you like a stranger. Strangers don't get urgency. Strangers don't get budget. That's why you intellectually know saving or studying matters, but emotionally, it feels optional. The fix is not to visualize future you harder. The fix is to turn future you into a friend who exists in the next few hours. Say this out loud: I'm helping my 7 a.m. friend, not "I'll work out tomorrow." I'm helping my 7 a.m. friend. Now let me show you exactly how to make that real in under 60 seconds. Pick a specific time slot that already exists, 7 a.m. Name the friend, my 7 a.m. friend. Now do a microfavor for them like you would for an actual friend who's visiting. Lay out the workout clothes at the foot of the bed. Fill the water bottle and put it on the counter where your hand lands. Open your playlist and cue the first track. That's it. You didn't prepare for tomorrow. You did a favor for someone you care about who happens to be you soon. This clicked for me when I kept skipping morning runs. I tried pep talks, longer plans, better shoes, nothing stuck. The week it finally worked, I changed one sentence in my head. Help your 7 a.m. friend. Night Patty placed shoes by the door and cued one song. Morning Patty didn't negotiate, she followed the favor. There was no drama because the start was already done. Why does this work? The thing most people miss is that our social brain weighs favors more than abstract goals. Be fit in 6 months is vague and far. Don't let your 7 a.m. friend down is specific and near. You convert an abstract future into a concrete social commitment. You also create a tiny friction drop. The first click action is primed, so the hardest part, starting, slides. Let me make it practical across domains. Study, I'm helping my 12:30 friend. Tonight, title the doc Week 3, Practice QS, write one question at the top and leave the cursor after a hyphen. That's the first click. Finance, I'm helping my Friday 5 p.m. friend. Open your bank app, set an auto transfer, and place a sticky note that says 1-minute ledger on your laptop. Creative, I'm helping my 8 p.m. friend. Open the canvas or doc, type one sentence or make one brush stroke, then leave it visible. Key rule, keep the favor under 60 seconds. If your favor becomes a mini project, your present brain rejects it. You're not doing the work now, you're removing pebbles from the start line. One visible tool, one open artifact, one first click. Common miss, stacking 3 favors at once. Don't. One friend time, one favor. You're training a new identity, I help my future friend. Make that line your quiet mantra while you prep. If you remember nothing else, remember this: favors beat fantasies. Quick test you can do right now. Pick tomorrow's exact hour, say the friend line, prep a single first-click artifact, and place it where your tired morning self can't miss it. Shoes by the door. Dock open on the screen. Water bottle filled. You've just pulled the future into reach. Now, quick win secured. Let's dissect the trap your brain keeps falling into so you stop blaming willpower and start engineering better starts. The trap, present brain versus future you. Before we keep building, you need to see the trap clearly. Your brain is biased toward now. Present bias means now beats later almost every time. If something feels distant, your brain quietly discounts it. That's why the scroll wins over the study session, the snack beats the training plan, and the checkout button crushes your savings goal. It's not that you don't care. It's that later barely registers as real. Now here's where most people mess up. They assume more willpower solves it. But when the reward is delayed, your limbic system doesn't fire. No dopamine, no urgency. So you reach for something that pays now. The couch, the feed, the cookie. Quick hit secured, long-term goal taxed. Then comes the shame. You promise to fix it tomorrow, which keeps the future far and the loop alive. Let's make it concrete. You plan to study at 8 p.m. At 7:55, your phone pings. One notification becomes a thread, becomes a video, becomes it's too late to start. You buy back time with a promise, tomorrow I'll do double. Tomorrow arrives, feels heavy, and you avoid the wait again. That's the spiral. Present relief, future debt, renewed pressure, then another escape. Same thing with money. You intend to transfer $200 to savings on Friday, but a flash sale hits Thursday night. The sale is loud, the transfer is silent. You know the math favors saving, but the sale has color, countdowns, and a dopamine promise. Your brain isn't malicious, it's just wired to move toward immediate certainty and away from distant ambiguity. Fitness, you've lived this. The training plan is a 6-week arc, but tonight's craving is 10 minutes away and the gym is 20. Your brain compares a guaranteed cookie to an abstract better health. One is tangible, one is fog. The cookie wins because the timeline is tighter. The emotional cost is real. Every short-term escape buys shame. Shame narrows your focus to relief. Relief often looks like another short-term hit, so you're stuck in a loop that punishes effort and rewards avoidance. And the more you identify as someone who can't follow through, the easier it gets to choose the quick hit next time. The thing most people miss is the stranger effect. We routinely underfund strangers. Future you is treated like one. You'll smile at a charity box but tip it with coins, not bills. You'll sign up for a newsletter and never read it. We do the same with our future self. Pleasant thoughts, minimal investment. If it feels distant, your brain discounts it to 0. Actually, let me back up and explain this better. Your brain runs a quiet math problem, value divided by delay. Even big outcomes get rounded down when they're far away. That means small, smart actions feel pointless because their payoff sits too far on the timeline. Why start a paragraph if it won't finish the chapter? Why do one set if it won't change your body? That's the present brain talking. It's judging the right action with the wrong ruler. Once you see this, everything else clicks. You stop arguing with later and start reshaping now. The goal isn't to become a superhero. It's to change the choice architecture so present you says yes without a fight. That's why the future friend favor works. You shorten the distance and gave your social brain a reason to act. Let me give you a micro story. A student messaged me last month. I keep planning 3-hour study blocks and bailing. We shrank it to a 12:30 friend, one pre-written question, and the cursor placed after a hyphen. She started 3 minutes, got a small win, and stopped. Next day, same setup. By day 5, she texted, weirdly easy. Nothing magical, just removing distance and making the start the default. So no, you're not broken. You're running human code. The trap is simple. Present bias, distant rewards, low urgency, then shame-fueled escapes. Therefore, we'll flip the script by pulling the future close, making the first step obvious, and giving your brain a clean reward signal right away. This sets up the next part, why small actions feel useless and how to make them feel powerful again. The futility loop, why small actions feel useless. Now we hit the part that quietly kills progress, the futility loop. It goes like this. You do a tiny action toward a distant goal, you don't feel anything change, your brain concludes pointless, and you stop. Effort feels too small to move a faraway outcome, so you save energy for something that pays now. That judgment sounds logical, but it's built on a bad assumption about scale and feedback. The illusion of scale is the first trap. We expect a big sensation from a single session, one workout, one study block, one budgeting step. When the mirror, the grade, or the bank balance doesn't jump, it feels like the action didn't matter. The result? You look for something with a noticeable payoff, like a scroll hit or a snack. Those pay immediately, so your brain marks them as effective, even though they move you backward. Feedback starvation is the second trap. Your limbic system learns from quick loops, action, reward, repeat, but long-term goals pay on a delay. If nothing good happens near the action, your brain gets no learning signal to reinforce the behavior. That doesn't mean the action is useless. It means the loop is empty. No ping equals no repeat. Under the hood, you've got a tug-of-war. The limbic system trades in now, your prefrontal cortex trades in later. When later stays abstract, the limbic side wins by default. So even when you care about the future, the system that presses go is underfed. That's why willpower alone burns out. Without a near reward, you're asking the slow system to outmuscle the fast one over and over. Compounding blindness makes this worse. Early reps don't look like progress because compounding starts flat. The first 10 pages of notes look like nothing. The first $50 saved feels like nothing. The first 5 workouts don't change your body. We undervalue early reps because we can't see the curve yet. So we quit at the exact moment we should keep going. Now here's where most people mess up. They jump to more theory, better plans, smarter frameworks, without fixing the feedback. Theory improves intentions, feedback drives repetition. If the loop doesn't pay in the first minutes, you won't repeat it enough times to see compounding. The fix isn't bigger goals. It's building a loop that pays near the action. So what's the better method? Shrink the unit of success and attach immediate feedback to the first action, not the outcome. The smaller the unit, the closer the feedback can be. One paragraph earns a visible check. One set triggers your favorite 90-second track. 1 minute of ledger update fires a quick animation. You're not bribing yourself for finishing the marathon. You're rewarding the ignition that makes the marathon possible. Let me show you exactly how this plays out. For study, your start is 3 minutes with a pre-written question. You hit the timer, read the question, write any answer. Then you mark a start streak on a simple scorecard. Common mistake to avoid, making the reward conditional on finishing a chapter. That's too far. Pay the start, not the finish. For fitness, the first win is 1 set. Put your shoes where your hand lands, cue the playlist, and run the set. Then sip the coffee you prepped as the reward. Don't bundle the reward after 45 minutes. Keep it right after ignition. The reason this works is simple. You're feeding the fast system a near signal while the slow system quietly stacks gains. Finance, tie a 1-minute ledger update to payday and unlock a tiny treat after you record the first entry. Don't wait until you've balanced the whole budget. That delay breaks the loop. Creative work, open the doc the night before, type 1 sentence, leave the cursor ready. Next day, write 1 more line and let a progress bar tick up by 1. Visible movement beats vague virtue. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember this: your brain repeats what pays. Small actions feel useless only when they're unpaid. Pay the start. Make the unit tiny, make the cue obvious, and make the reward land within 60 seconds. Once the loop is alive, the reps compound, and the effort finally feels worth it. Now we can anchor that loop to time and environment so it fires without thought. Mechanism deep dive, temporal discounting in daily life. Before we build the system, you need a clean mental model of what's happening under the hood. Temporal discounting is the brain's tendency to value rewards less as they move further in time. And it's not linear. It follows a curve where the drop-off is steep in the near term and flattens later, so now feels massively valuable, and later fades fast. That's why even smart plans lose to tiny temptations at the moment of choice. Here's the plain language version. Your brain runs a quick trade. How much is this worth divided by how far away it is? The farther away, the more it gets rounded down. With hyperbolic discounting, the value cliff is sharp when comparing now versus in a little while, but gentler when comparing 2 future dates. That's why $100 now feels better than $150 in a month, yet $150 in 6 months can feel close to $100 in 5 months. The closer option steals attention. Daily life example, money. If I offer you $100 right now or $150 in a month, most people take the $100. Shift the timeline. $100 in 5 months or $150 in 6 months. Suddenly the $150 wins. The amounts didn't change, your brain's weighting did. Same pattern with effort. 10 push-ups now versus better health later is a losing pitch because later is foggy. 10 push-ups versus coffee right after you start is a clearer, nearer trade, so the start becomes attractive. How do you spot this bias in yourself? Listen for the telltale excuses that shrink today and romanticize tomorrow. I'll have more energy later. Next week will be calmer. I do better under pressure. These are mental accounting tricks that keep the payoff far and the decision easy. The closer you get to the moment of action, the stronger those stories feel because the curve is steep near now. Now the cue craving loop. Your environment throws constant now cues, notifications, snacks, open tabs. Each cue promises a small, certain hit. That small certainty beats a big, vague outcome almost every time. The dopamine system flags immediacy. You tap, you get a ping, your brain tags that action as a winner. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the planner, deals in delayed, abstract rewards. When there's no near signal, the planner gets outvoted. That's not moral failure, it's wiring. This also explains why willpower drains so fast. Willpower is a manual override. You're asking the slow, deliberative system to fight quick, repeated, rewarding cues without any nearby payoff. After a day of decisions, the override gets fatigued. With no close reward, it's like pushing a car uphill. You can do it once or twice. You can't do it all week. So the move is not to try harder. It's to flip the discount curve by pulling the future into the present. Two levers do it: make the future feel near and make the first action pay now. Nearness reduces the discounting. Immediate feedback supplies a learning signal. Together, they rebalance the choice so present you gets something right away while future you still benefits later. Let me ground this in practical switches you can make today. If the choice is vague and far, it loses. Make it concrete and soon. Not work out more, but at 7:00, press play and do one set. Not save money, but when my paycheck hits, record one line and transfer $10. Not study harder, but at 12:30, answer the first question already on my screen. The key is collapsing later into soon and tying start to a cue you'll actually meet. Common mistakes to avoid: tying rewards to completion instead of ignition, choosing triggers that move around, leaving the first step hidden behind multiple clicks, using vague time windows like sometime in the afternoon. Each of those increases delay, strengthens discounting, and starves feedback. If you fix just one thing, fix the distance from action to reward. Keep it under 60 seconds. Here's a quick diagnostic you can run tonight. For your next intended action, ask 3 questions. How near is it in time, an exact hour or a fuzzy later? How visible is the first click artifact, on screen and ready or buried? How immediate is the feedback, landed within a minute or after a long block? If any answer is far, hidden, or delayed, discounting will eat it. The reason this system works is it respects the math your brain uses. We're not pretending the future is as exciting as a ping. We're engineering the start so the present gets a small, clean win while the future gets compounding. Once you feel how different that is, we can build it into a 5-minute routine you can repeat every day. Now, here's the system that does it in 5 minutes. The Time Bridge System Overview. Here's the system in one sentence. Make the future feel near, specific, and socially relevant, then pay the first action immediately. We do that with 3 pillars: future friend favors, backward anchoring, and reward pairing, wrapped in a 5-minute daily setup. Future friend favors shrink the distance. You're no longer helping future me someday. You're helping your 7 a.m. friend, your 12:30 friend, your 8 p.m. friend. It matters because your social brain treats a favor as urgent. Backward anchoring locks timing and environment, so the start is the path of least resistance. Reward pairing feeds your fast brain a clean signal within 60 seconds, so it wants to repeat. Daily cadence is simple. One 5-minute block at night or at the end of your workday, plus an optional 2-minute reset at midday if your plan got noisy. The non-negotiables are tiny, visible, and immediate. Tiny means favors and triggers that take under a minute to set up and under a minute to start. Visible means tools and artifacts are in your line of sight, not tucked in tabs and drawers. Immediate means the reward hits within 60 seconds of ignition, not at the end of a long block. Success looks boring in a good way. Your friction to start is less than 60 seconds. Your reward lands less than 60 seconds after the first action. Your trigger is stable, after coffee, after lunch, when the paycheck hits, not a vague window. And your start is obvious, one first-click artifact already opened and placed where your tired self will stumble into it. Now here's what most people skip. They add theory and skip the mechanical parts. This system is mechanical on purpose. It respects how the brain learns: cue, easy action, instant signal. When you get those dials right, your present brain agrees to start, and your future self gets consistent reps. Once the overview clicks, we'll build it piece by piece. First pillar pulls the future close. Then we'll anchor to real-life cues. Then we wire and reward so the loop pays every time. Let's start with the social lever, future friend favors. Future friend favors. Why this matters? The thing most people miss is that your social wiring outranks abstract goals. You'll happily do a small favor for a friend today, but you'll delay a big favor for future me forever. So we convert future me into a near friend with a specific hour and a tiny ask. Once you nail that, everything else clicks. The ask is simple. Pick exactly one friend time tomorrow. not a window, an exact hour. 7:00 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 8:00 p.m. Name it out loud. I'm helping my 7 a.m. friend. This language matters. You're engaging the part of your brain that hates letting people down. Then you do one micro favor that removes the first pebble on their path. The favor has 3 pieces: tools, space, first click action. Tools means the single object they need in hand: shoes by the door, pen next to the open notebook, water bottle filled. Space means the environment is cleared and staged: chair facing the desk, browser clutter closed, gym bag at the threshold. First click action means the artifact they'll touch is already open at the exact starting point. A doc titled and cursor placed, IDE opened with the template playlist queued to track 1. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Write the first click in a way your tired version cannot misinterpret. For study, title the doc Bio Week 3, Q1, paste the first question, then type and leave the cursor after the dash. That dash is tomorrow's ignition. For writing, create a headline and 1 bullet like open with this moment, and stop there. For fitness, put the dumbbells where your feet land and set the timer app to 2 minutes ready to start. When your 7 a.m. friend shows up, they step into a runway, not a maze. Let me show you fast examples across domains so you can copy the pattern. Fitness, shoes by the door, timer preset to 2 minutes, playlist queued. Favor done in 40 seconds. Study, doc open, Q1 pasted, cursor after a dash, highlighter on the desk. Favor done in 50 seconds. Finance, bank app bookmarked and pinned, transfer template saved at $10, sticky note on laptop that says log 1 line. Favor done in under a minute. Creative, canvas open to 100% zoom, 1 stroke on the page, brush tool selected. Favor done in 30 seconds. Coding, IDE open to a new branch named Fix Login, boilerplate snippet pasted at line 1. Favor done in a minute. Script swaps matter. Replace, I should do it later with I'm helping my 6 p.m. friend. Replace, I'll try to study with I won't let my 12:30 friend open a blank page. This is not magical thinking. It's a constraint on your present brain. You made a promise to someone who arrives soon. That feels different than a vague promise to a distant you. Now here's where most people mess up. They prep too many favors and turn the night into a second workday. Don't do that. 1 friend time, 1 favor. You're aiming for under 60 seconds. If you catch yourself adding steps, shrink until a tired version of you would still do it. Another miss is vague timing. Tomorrow morning is a delay invite. Lock the hour. Hidden materials are a silent killer. If your shoes are behind a closet door or the notebook is in a bag, that's 2 extra micro steps. Each micro step is a chance for present bias to cut in. Make the favor visible and stupid obvious. The ideal test is this. Can a low-energy, mildly grumpy version of you walk into the room and start within 15 seconds without thinking? If not, rework the favor. Quick win time. Do 1 favor now in under 60 seconds. Pick tomorrow's hour. Say it out loud. Stage 1 tool, 1 space tweak, 1 first click, then stop. Don't get ambitious. You're wiring a reflex, not building a monument. The reason this works is it collapses distance and creates a micro-commitment your social brain respects. You moved from someday me to friend in hours, and you removed ambiguity about how to begin. The reward pillar we'll add later will feed the loop, but honestly, this single move often makes the start feel weirdly easy. Let me add a quick micro story to show the feel. A client, Sam, kept skipping evening lifts. We set a 6 p.m. friend. Every afternoon at 5:55, he placed the kettlebell in front of the TV stand, preset a 2-minute timer, and cued 1 track. First night, he did 1 set and stopped. He texted, that was almost automatic. Nothing else changed, just the favor and the hour. 5 days later, he said, I don't think about it now, I just start. That's the goal. If you remember nothing else from this pillar, remember this line: favors beat fantasies. 1 visible tool, 1 open artifact, 1 first click. Keep it tiny, specific, and near. You've now pulled the future closer. Next, we'll anchor this favor to a trigger you already do so your start becomes the default, not a decision. Backward anchoring. Before we continue, you need to understand this. Tomorrow's action actually starts tonight. Backward anchoring means you begin at the exact moment of action tomorrow and work backward to set today's triggers and environment so the start is automatic. Start by locating the precise moment you want the first action to fire, not a window, the moment. Lunch ends at 12:30. Shoes on at 6:59. Paycheck hits at 5:02. The thing most people miss is that vague timing creates decision points. Decision points invite negotiation. Negotiation invites delay. Exact moments kill negotiation. Once you have the moment, choose a trigger you already do that sits right before it. Use after X, I do Y planning. After coffee, headphones on and open doc. After commute, gym shoes on and press play. After lunch, cursor to dash and write one line. Implementation intentions work because they weld a familiar cue to a tiny start, which boosts the frequency of starts without willpower. Now lock the environment so the next step is the path of least resistance. That means fewer clicks, fewer choices, and fewer ambushes. Put the needed object in your hand's path, close irrelevant tabs, and pre-open the artifact you named in Pillar 1. Think of it as removing left turns from your route. If tomorrow, you can walk downhill into the start, you nailed it. Make it concrete with a stack. Lunch ends at 12:30. Trigger, napkin down, environment lock, headphones sit on the keyboard, Spotify cue to your start playlist, dock on screen with the question and the dash. Implementation, a calendar hold at 12:28 titled, Help 12:30 Friend, a 2-minute alarm at 12:30 named First Line Only, and Do Not Disturb on for 10 minutes. The tired version of you can still auto-start because the runway is lit. Coding example. Commute ends at 6:05. Trigger, keys hit the bowl. Environment lock, laptop on kitchen counter with IDE open to branch, fix login, snippet pasted at line 1. Implementation, focus mode blocks social apps for 15 minutes plus a 6:06 alarm labeled compile and sip. Your first action is hit compile. Reward lands right after, more on that next pillar. Fitness example. Alarm at 6:58. Trigger, feet touch floor. Environment lock, shoes at bedside, timer app preset to 2 minutes, kettlebell in front of the door, playlist ready. Implementation, a 7:00 calendar hold titled 6:59 friend, one set, and a lightweight alarm that vibrates, not blares. The very first motion is slide into shoes and press start. Finance example. Paycheck arrives at 5:02 Friday. Trigger, bank notification. Environment lock, bank tab pinned, transfer template at $10, ledger sheet open to week 5, cursor in the first cell. Implementation, a 5:03 alarm and a 1-minute calendar block titled log one line. The start is record the amount. That's it. Now here's where most people mess up. They pick triggers that move. After meetings moves. When I feel ready moves. Use fixed anchors like after coffee, after lunch, when keys hit the bowl, when calendar pings. If the trigger shifts, the habit slips. Another mistake is noisy environments. If the room fights you, you'll lose. Put headphones on, close the door, silence the phone. Make the first 2 minutes sacred. Multi-step starts kill momentum. If you need to find a file, choose a playlist, and hunt for a pen, you've already asked for 3 decisions. Collapse them. 1 artifact open, 1 track queued, 1 tool placed. A good test, can a groggy version of you move from trigger to first action in under 15 seconds without thinking? If not, simplify again. Let me drop a micro story. A client, Aisha, swore she was not a morning person. We didn't argue with identity, we anchored backward. 7:15 shower end became the trigger. At 7:14, a gentle alarm labeled 8 a.m. friend, 1 paragraph. Environment lock, robe hook held headphones, laptop slept with dock open to a sentence stem, coffee maker delayed brew for 7:13. She towel dried, sat, typed 1 line, and triggered her reward. I didn't decide, I landed, she said. That's backward anchoring at work. Add a simple resilience check. What if the trigger slips? Build a fallback cue. If lunch moves, the backup is, when I sit in my chair next, headphones on and write 1 line. If commute changes, when keys hit the bowl remains. Redundant cues keep the chain alive without thinking. Implementation details matter. Put a calendar hold for 2 to 10 minutes, not an hour. Long blocks feel heavy, short blocks feel doable. Name the hold with the friend language. Help 12:30 friend. Set an alarm with the first action baked in. Press play, type 1 line, log 1 number. Don't label it workout or budget. That's vague and heavy. Quick test right now. Pick tomorrow's action moment. Choose a stable trigger right before it. Stage 1 environment lock, open artifact, place tool, single cue, set a micro calendar hold and a micro alarm with the first action in the title. Then ask, could my tired self auto-start? If yes, you've built a runway. If no, shave steps. Once you nail backward anchoring, the start stops being a choice and becomes a reflex. You've moved from I hope I remember to I trip into the first action. Next, we'll make that first action pay instantly so your brain wants to repeat it. Reward pairing and immediate feedback. Now the game changer nobody talks about. Pay the start. Your brain repeats what pays, so we're going to attach a clean, immediate reward to the very first action, those first 60 to 120 seconds, not the finish line. Done right, you'll feel a small hit now while the long-term gains stack quietly in the background. Here's the rule. The reward must be immediate, obvious, and tied to ignition. If it shows up minutes later, the learning signal fades. If it's muddy, too many treats, vague timing, your brain won't connect it. If it's huge, you risk turning the reward into the point instead of the work. Keep it tiny and consistent so it reinforces the routine, not replaces it. Let me give you a menu that works. A 90-second music hit you genuinely like. Fresh coffee brewed ahead and poured after the first rep. A visual checkmark animation or a quick confetti on your tracker. A tiny treat, one square of chocolate, a favorite gum, only unlocked after ignition. A 2-minute stroll on the balcony or a brief stretch in sunlight. The thing most people miss is that the reward needs to be contingent on starting, not finishing. Pair the first 2 minutes of action with the unlock. 2 minutes of code compiling triggers your favorite track. 1 paragraph typed triggers a sticker and a tick on your scorecard. 1 set of lifts triggers the coffee you staged. Your brain learns start equals good, which is exactly the association we need. Let's wire in microfeedback. Visible progress is a reward too. Use a 1-line log, date, friend time, first action done, or a progress bar that ticks up with starts, not duration, or a streak counter for minutes started, not minutes completed. If you remember nothing else, remember this: celebrate ignition. The finish will come, the hard part is showing up. Examples across domains. Coding, open IDE to your prepped branch, press compile or run tests for 2 minutes, then hit play on a 90-second hype track. Log a single line, 606 friend, compiled. Writing, cursor is on the dash. Type 1 sentence. Drop a green check in your tracker and watch a tiny confetti pop. Sip the coffee you set for this moment. Study, read the pre-written question, write any answer for 3 minutes. Mark a start streak box. Quick reward is a bite of a snack or a brief song hook. Fitness, 1 set, then immediate playlist chorus or a cold sip waiting on the counter. Record, 1 set on a card by the kettlebell. Finance, log 1 line, then a tiny reward, 1 square of chocolate, and a satisfying animation as the cell turns green. Now here's where most people mess up. They delay the reward until the session ends. That's too far. Another mistake, muddy signals scrolling as a treat, which hijacks the loop and swallows the session. Keep rewards clean, short, and linked to the start. Also, don't over-reward. If every micro step triggers a treat, you'll burn the novelty and blur the contingency. A quick micro story. John kept saying, "Once I get into it, I'm fine, I just don't start." We paired a single rule, 1 line of code unlocks 90 seconds of his favorite song, volume up, then back to work. First week, he started 5 of 7 days. He said, "It feels silly, but I want the song, so I start." Exactly. We're not bribing outcomes, we're priming ignition. Let me show you how to test your pairing in 30 seconds. Ask, is the reward available within 60 seconds of the first action? Is it exclusive to the start of this habit? Is it short enough to return you to the work without derailment? If you can't answer yes to all 3, tweak it. Swap scroll for 5 minutes for play 90 seconds of a saved chorus. Swap dessert after the workout for 1 sip of a special drink after the first set. Swap new gear after a week for confetti on start, streak counter visible. Tie your pairing to your triggers from pillar 2. After lunch ends, headphones on, type 1 line, unlock the track. When keys hit the bowl, open the IDE, run tests, unlock a quick espresso. When the paycheck notification pings, log 1 line, trigger the checkmark animation. The rhythm becomes cue right arrow first click right arrow immediate reward optional continue. For the data-minded, track first click latency and starts per week. Latency should drop as the reward strengthens the association. Starts per week should climb. If latency creeps up, your reward is too delayed, too weak, or competing with a stronger cue. Adjust by shortening the delay, swapping to a fresher stimulus, or removing a distracting reward that competes. One more common snag: pairing the reward with completion trains you to delay gratification until you're exhausted. Pairing with the start trains you to start. Once you start, momentum often carries you further. And if it doesn't, that's fine, you got the rep. The compounding lives in the reps. All right, quick setup you can do tonight. Choose tomorrow's friend time. Decide the first action. Pick a reward that lands in under 60 seconds. Stage it. If it's a track, cue it. If it's coffee, set the mug. If it's a check animation, open the tracker tab. Write this note: Start unlocks reward. You're feeding the fast system on purpose. When this clicks, the start stops feeling like a cliff and starts feeling like a button. Press, get a ping, keep going. That's the loop that sticks. The daily 5-minute time bridge routine. Let's assemble everything into a tight 5-minute setup you can run nightly. It's simple, mechanical, and it makes tomorrow's start automatic. Minute 1, choose one friend time and name the favor. Open your calendar and pick the exact hour. Say it out loud: I'm helping my 12:30 friend. Write the one-line promise: at 12:30 I'll answer Q1 for 3 minutes. Keep it tiny. If you feel a tug to add more, shrink it. This is about ignition, not output. Minute 2, prep the first click artifact and place it visibly. For study, open the doc, paste Q1, type a dash, and leave the cursor there. For fitness, set the timer to 2 minutes, place shoes by the door, and cue the playlist. For writing, title the piece and drop a sentence stem. Ask, would tired me see the start within 2 seconds? If not, move it into view. Minute 3, set the trigger and lock the environment. Link your start to a stable cue: after coffee, after lunch, when keys hit the bowl, when the paycheck notification pings. Add a micro calendar hold and a micro alarm titled with the first action. Press play, type one line, log one number. Close irrelevant tabs, lay out the tool, and enable Do Not Disturb for 10 minutes. You're removing left turns from the route. Minute 4, pair an immediate reward to the first action. Choose a 60-90 second hit you'll actually want: a saved chorus, a fresh sip of coffee, a tiny treat, or a confetti check on your tracker. Make it exclusive to ignition. Cue it now so there's zero delay. Write a sticky: Start unlocks reward. Place it next to the artifact to remind morning you what to do. Minute 5, write the one-line promise cleanly and place it where you'll trip over it. Format it like this: at time, I'll do first action for X minutes, then reward. Example: at 12:30 I'll answer Q1 for 3 minutes, then play my chorus. Put that line at the top of your dock, on your desk, or as your phone wallpaper. This is your contract with your near-future friend. Optional 2-minute midday reset if life got noisy. Refresh the favor. Reopen the artifact, recue the track, restage the tool. Reaffirm the trigger: after lunch ends, headphones on. Reconfirm the reward: ignition unlocks chorus. You're not starting from scratch, you're relighting the runway. Let's run a fast, dry rehearsal in your head so it feels real. The cue hits, lunch ends. Napkin down, headphones on, dock visible with the dash. You type one line. Confetti pops, chorus plays. You either keep going or stop. Both count. That's the loop. The win is ignition. The next rep is easier because your brain got paid. Common snags you'll avoid tonight: vague time windows, fix by naming the exact hour. Hidden materials, fix by staging in your line of sight. Reward drift, fix by keeping the unlock short, clean, and tied to the first action only. Multi-step starts, fix by collapsing to one click, one press, one line. Here's a tight checklist you can copy nightly. Pick one friend time, say it out loud. Stage one tool, one space tweak, one first click artifact. Set a micro hold and a micro alarm with the first action in the title. Cue a 60-90 second reward. Make it exclusive to ignition. Write and place your one-line promise. Final sanity check: could a groggy, low-energy version of you start within 15 seconds of the trigger? If yes, you nailed it. If no, shave a step. When you wake up tomorrow, you'll step into a runway, not a negotiation. That's the 5-minute routine. It's small, repeatable, and it tilts every day towards starts that actually happen. Use cases: fitness, study, finance, creative work. Let's plug the time bridge into real goals so you can see it work on the ground. Same template everywhere. Friend time, right arrow, first click, right arrow, trigger, right arrow, reward. Fitness first. Pick a near slot that matches your energy, not your fantasy. 7:00 a.m. friend, 1 set. Tonight, stage shoes by the bed, set your timer to 2 minutes, cue the first track. Trigger is feet hit floor. First click is press start and do 1 set, squats, push-ups, kettlebell swings, whatever's ready. Reward lands immediately. Sip the cold water or coffee you staged and let the chorus play for 90 seconds. Common mistake: saving this for peak hours only. Low energy mornings still work because the start is tiny and paid. Another mistake: hiding gear in a closet. Keep the tool visible. Quick check: could sleepy you start in 15 seconds? If yes, you're good. Study: choose a realistic anchor like after lunch. 12:30 friend, 3-minute warm start. Tonight, open the doc, title it with the unit, paste 1 practice question, then type a dash and leave the cursor there. Trigger is napkin down or mug set aside. First click is write any answer for 3 minutes. Reward is a small hit, confetti on your tracker, and a 60-90 second song hook. Micro feedback is a 1-line log, date, friend time, answered Q1. Common mistake: aiming for an hour when your schedule can only guarantee 10. The fix is to protect the first 3 minutes and let momentum decide the rest. Another snag: noisy spaces. Headphones on the keyboard, playlist queued, do not disturb for 10 minutes. The tired version of you should land and type without hunting for files. Finance: pick a fixed paycheck queue. Friday 5:05 friend, log 1 line, transfer $10. Tonight, pin the bank tab, pre-save an auto transfer amount, and open your ledger sheet to the exact cell you'll fill. Trigger is the deposit notification. First click is typing the deposit amount. Reward is a tiny treat or a checkmark animation as the cell flips green. Keep the reward clean, no reward scroll. Common mistake: setting aggressive transfers that feel heavy and trigger avoidance. Start tiny and let the streak grow. Another mistake: doing this late at night when willpower is fried. The paycheck queue is perfect, use it. Track first click latency and starts per week. If latency climbs, shorten steps or switch to a fresher, faster reward. Creative work: choose a calm slot, not a someday perfect slot. 8:00 p.m. friend, 1 stroke or 1 sentence. Tonight, open the canvas or doc, set your zoom and brush or type a sentence stem. Open with, leave the cursor blinking. Trigger is a stable evening cue, tea mug down, lamp on. First click is 1 stroke or 1 sentence. Reward is a quick chorus or a visual sticker in your tracker. Micro feedback is a tiny progress bar that moves on starts, not pages. Common mistake: waiting for inspiration. We're building ignition. Another: fiddling with tools for 10 minutes. Preset brush, canvas size, and palette. If you're coding creatively, open the branch, paste the tiny snippet, and make the first action run or compile to see the immediate response. Let me show the cross-domain template in one glance so you can swap parts fast. Friend time, exact hour tomorrow, said out loud. First click, the smallest visible action that proves I started. Trigger, after coffee, after lunch, keys in bowl, paycheck ping, stable and predictable. Reward, lands within 60 seconds of ignition. Short, clean, exclusive to the start. 2 pro tips that help across all 4. Use a start card where the tool lives, a sticky with your 1-line promise. It kills hesitation. Keep a streak for starts, not minutes. Starts build identity, minutes vary. What if your day is chaotic? Don't chase perfect windows. Use arrival triggers. When you sit at your desk next, headphones on and type 1 line. When you enter the kitchen after work, shoes on and 1 set. When the bank ping hits anytime, log 1 line. The system survives noise because the unit is tiny and the queue is common. Energy matters, but don't let it become an excuse. For fitness, if mornings are brutal, move to after commute and make it 1 set next to the door. For study, if afternoons crash, try first coffee sip with a 3-minute start before email. For creative work, pair the start with a low cognitive ritual. Lamp on, track on, 1 stroke. Final common mistakes and fast fixes. Picking only peak hours. Switch to dependable cues even if the slot is modest. Ignoring low energy windows. That's where tiny starts shine, use them. Reward drift into distractions. Keep the unlock short and bounded. Avoid phone-based treats if the phone derails you. Hiding artifacts. Leave them open and visible. Cover the screen with the dock if needed. Run one tonight. Choose the domain that hurts most, pick a friend time, stage the first click, set a stable trigger, and pair the reward. Tomorrow, you won't debate, you'll start. And when that feels easy, we'll talk about stacking without breaking the loop. Stacking without overload. This next part separates beginners from pros. You've got one time bridge working great. Now the temptation is to stack 5 more. Don't. The fastest way to kill momentum is overload. Here's the rule that keeps gains compounding without burning you out. 1 in, 1 stabilize. 1 in, 1 stabilize means you only add a new bridge after the last one hits 7 successful reps. Not 7 days on the calendar. 7 starts where ignition happened. Why 7? It's enough to prove the runway works under normal life noise. Less than that and you're guessing. More than that and you're delaying progress for no reason. When the first bridge has 7 real starts, you earn the next slot. Now, once you add, use parallel tracks, not piled cognition. Pair a low cognitive habit with a physical one so you're not asking the same resource twice. Example, keep a 3-minute study start after lunch and add a 1-set fitness start after commute. Or keep a morning lift and add a 1-minute finance log on payday. Avoid stacking 2 high-focus starts back-to-back. The second one will get cannibalized. Bandwidth guardrails matter. Hard cap of 2 active bridges per day. That's it. 2. Why? Because each bridge takes environmental prep, a trigger, and a reward. More than 2 and you start cutting corners, vague cues, hidden materials, delayed rewards, which breaks the loop. If you absolutely need a third, make it a weekly or alternate day bridge, not daily. Run a weekly audit to shape your stack. It takes 5 minutes. Open your tracker and scan 3 signals, starts per bridge, first click latency, and ease score, green, yellow, red. Green means easy, promote it by adding time only after ignition, not before. Yellow means friction, tweak the trigger, surface the artifact, or freshen the reward. Red means stalled, don't push harder, prune it or shrink it. Promote, pause, or prune. Promote a bridge that's green for 2 weeks. Extend the continue phase after the start by 5 minutes or add 1 extra set, but keep the same ignition. Pause a yellow if life is noisy and run maintenance reps only. First action, reward, stop. Prune a red by reverting to a smaller favor. If your 1 paragraph start bloated, revert to type 5 words. It sounds silly, it saves the streak. Let me share a quick micro story. Maya stacked 2 fast, morning run, midday study, evening creative. Day 3, she bilayed on all 3. We reset to 2, 7:00 a.m. 1 set, 12:30 3-minute answer. 7 reps later, she added the 8:00 p.m. 1 sentence. I thought I needed more discipline, she said. Nope. She needed fewer bridges and cleaner starts. A reset protocol keeps you safe when you miss. If a bridge breaks, rebuild with the tiniest favor and the same trigger. Don't swap times unless the trigger failed. Keep the reward slightly sweeter for the comeback rep only, a novelty bump that tells your brain, starting again pays. Then return to the normal reward next day so you don't chase sugar. 2 advanced stacking tips. First, rotate priorities through the week. For example, mon/wed/fry lift, 2/thir creative. Same triggers, different first-click artifacts. This avoids fatigue without inventing new routines. Second, use seasonal caps. During heavy work sprints, run 1 daily bridge and 1 weekly bridge. During lighter seasons, you can run 2 daily bridges comfortably. If you remember nothing else here, remember this: consistency beats capacity. Add only when ignition is reliable. Cap at 2, audit weekly. Reset small. That's how you stack without snapping the system. Identity and future self-alignment. Now the identity layer, this is where the system sticks because it becomes who you are. The simplest cue is a line you repeat daily. I help my future friend. Say it when you set your 5-minute plan, say it when the alarm pings, say it when you feel the wobble. You're not grinding, you're doing a small favor for someone you know arrives soon. That frame is lighter, social, and sticky. Let's add a 90-second journaling tweak. Write 3 short lines from tomorrow you to present you. Keep it concrete, not inspirational. Thanks for leaving the dock open with Q2. Appreciate the 2-minute timer ready. Loved the chorus after the first line. This turns the future from an abstract ideal into a near collaborator who notices specifics. It also trains your brain to see the payoff living right next to the action. Visualization helps when it's exact. Don't float above your life in a highlight reel. See the room, the chair, the clock, the object your hand touches first. Watch the tiny win land, the check flickers, the chorus hits, the sip happens. When this clicked for me, it was because I stopped picturing finishing the chapter and started seeing the cursor blink after the dash. Specific rooms beat vague dreams. Social proof is a quiet accelerator. Share your one-line promise with one person, not your life plan, just the line. At 12:30, I'll answer Q1 for 3 minutes, then play my chorus. You're not asking them to coach you. You're letting them witness the identity in action. A simple reply, got it, adds just enough weight to keep the start honest. If you want, trade lines daily, keep it boring and steady. Now here is where most people mess up. They adopt vague identity labels. I'm disciplined. I'm a runner. I'm a creative, without building the proof loop. Identity without evidence is a story your brain will question when you're tired. Keep the label tied to the behavior. I help my future friend. Then collect starts as evidence. Each ignition is a vote. Enough votes, and the identity runs on its own. Another trap is future fantasizing without prep. Dreaming about the 6-month version of you can feel motivating for 10 minutes and then heavy. If you love long-term visions, fine, but pair every vision with a favor you set in 60 seconds. If the vision doesn't produce a tool staged, an artifact opened, or a first action named, trim it. The feedback has to live near the behavior. Let me give you a tiny identity stack you can run nightly. Whisper the mantra while choosing your friend time. I help my future friend. Write the 3 lines from tomorrow you, focused on specific favors and starts. Place your one-line promise where your eyes land first in the morning. Send the line to a buddy or drop it in a private note to yourself. Close with a one-breath rehearsal. Cue hits, first click, reward lands. A micro story to show the feel. Carlos hated calling himself a writer because it felt fraudulent. We dropped the label. His mantra became, I help my 8 p.m. friend type 1 sentence. He logged starts, not pages. After 2 weeks, he told me, I just do my favor at 8. That's identity built from evidence. Months later, he quietly said, I write at 8. The label arrived after the reps. Use 2 quick checkpoints to keep identity honest. First, did I keep faith with my near friend today? If yes, you're on track, even if the session was short. Second, what's one favor I can set right now to make tomorrow's start obvious? If you can answer both in under a minute, your identity is operational, not hypothetical. If you remember nothing else here, remember this: identity trails behavior. Make starts easy, make favors visible, speak to tomorrow you like a person in the next room, and let the streak write your story. Tracking, metrics, and signals that matter. Before we continue, you need to understand this. What you measure will decide whether this sticks. Most people track outcomes, weight, grades, balances, and then wonder why they quit. Early outcomes lag. We're going to track leads, not lags, so you feel progress immediately and the system keeps firing. Measure inputs first. 3 signals matter. Reps, how many starts you did this week. Minutes started, total minutes spent in ignition, not total session length. Favors completed, how many times you staged tools, space, and first click the night before. Why these? Starts drive identity, minutes started show friction dropping, and favors prove your runway exists. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Starts are the scoreboard. Minutes completed can be bonus points. Starts are the win condition. Now, lag versus lead. Lag measures are the downstream results. Pounds lost, pages written, dollars saved. Useful later, toxic early. Lead measures are behaviors under your control today. Start streaks, first click latency, and favor count. Keep lags off the dashboard for the first 4 weeks. You'll protect your motivation while the compounding warms up. Add a simple scorecard, 5 lines, 1 per weekday, columns. Friend time, exact hour. Start, YN. First click latency, seconds from trigger to action. Ease score, green, yellow, red. Note 1 sentence, what helped or hurt. First click latency is a power metric. If it's dropping, your runway works. If it's creeping up, you've got hidden friction, a moving trigger, a buried artifact, or a delayed reward. The fix is mechanical. Stabilize the cue, surface the first click, shorten the unlock delay. Do, try harder. Fix the dials. Ease scoring guides tweaks. Green means almost automatic. Promote by optionally extending the continue period after ignition by 3-5 minutes. Yellow means friction present. Don't add duration. Instead, tighten the trigger, simplify the start, or refresh the reward. Red means stalled. Run a maintenance rep tomorrow. The tiniest start, immediate reward, stop. Save the day, then rebuild. Celebrate starts, not streaks, subtle difference. Streaks can create all or nothing thinking. If you miss a day, your brain says streak is broken and throws the week away. Instead, tally weekly starts per bridge. Your target is 4-5 starts per week on an active bridge. Miss a day? No problem, hit your weekly number. That flexibility keeps you consistent. Micro-feedback matters. Use visual counters that move with ignition. A dot for each start, a bar that fills by starts, not minutes, or a sticker per rep on a paper calendar. Make progress visible where the habit lives, on the notebook cover, near the kettlebell, in the IDE's sidebar as a simple counter file. Green, yellow, red system ties to specific actions. Green, add a 5-minute continue window after the reward. Keep the same ignition. Never expand the start. Yellow, change one variable only. Swap the trigger to a more stable cue, move the artifact to center screen, or pick a fresher 60-90 second reward. Red, shrink the favor to the first click only. If the start is type 5 words or press compile, that's fine. Protect the identity. Run a 5-minute weekly review. Ask, which bridge hit 4-5 starts? Promote. Which bridge averaged latency under 30 seconds? Keep steady. Which bridge stayed yellow or red? Diagnose the bottleneck, trigger, artifact, or reward. Use 3 postmortem questions when a start fails. What made it hard? Identify the exact hitch. Moving meeting, noisy room, missing tool. What was missing? Name the absent piece. No cue, no open doc, no staged reward. What's next? Choose one fix you can set in under 60 seconds tonight. 2 common metric mistakes. First, counting minutes instead of starts. Minutes feel productive, starts build the habit. Keep minutes as optional icing. Second, tracking too many numbers. You need 5 at most: starts, favors, latency, ease, and weekly starts per bridge. Everything else is vanity early on. For the data-minded, a simple threshold helps. If latency exceeds 45 seconds twice in a row, you must adjust environment or trigger before adding any new bridge or time. If starts drop below 3 in a week, run a maintenance week. Ignition plus reward only, no added duration. One last thing, don't let metrics become a new procrastination. The tracker should take under a minute to update. If it doesn't, simplify it. The goal is a quick ping of progress that keeps your present brain engaged while your future gains stack quietly. Track what you can control, celebrate ignition, and let outcomes arrive on their own timeline. Bounce back protocols and setback recovery. Now the part that actually keeps this alive, the bounce back, you'll miss. Life will sideswipe a plan, that's normal. The mistake is turning a miss into a meaning. No shame loops, no identity drama. We treat it like a dropped rep, reset the smallest favor, and fire the start. Here's the 24-hour rule. Within the next day, do a 2-minute action tied to the same trigger. Not a makeup marathon, a maintenance rep. If you missed your 12:30 study start, the next time lunch ends, napkin down, type 1 sentence, unlock your 90-second chorus, done. Your brain learns, even after a miss, starts still pay. That preserves the association we've been building. Before you restart, run an environment reset. Clean the space. Reopen the artifact to the first click. Put the tool in your hand's path again. A messy desk or buried file adds friction you can't afford after a wobble. Think runway relit. When this clicked for one client, they said, "I didn't recover motivation, I recovered the setup." Add a peer ping for accountability without weight. Text your one-line promise to a buddy. At 6:59, one set, then coffee. Don't ask for pep talks, that invites debate. You're just stating the plan out loud so present you feel seen. If you don't have a buddy, text yourself in a pinned thread or drop it in a notes app labeled promises. Now give the comeback rep a reward mini boost once. Slightly sweeter treat, a favorite chorus instead of the usual, or a special checkmark color for return starts. Only for that rep. The novelty tells your brain re-entry is worth it without creating a bribe you'll chase. Next day, go back to the normal 60-90-second reward. Use a tiny post-mortem, not a post-mortem novel. 3 lines, 30 seconds. What made it hard? What was missing? What's next? Example: meeting overran, headphones weren't on the keyboard. Fix by staging them and setting a 12:28 alarm. You're diagnosing bottlenecks, not confessing sins. Then implement the one fix immediately in under a minute. Here's the reset protocol step by step. Name the same trigger you missed. Keep continuity. Shrink the favor to the first click only. Restage environment. Tool placed, artifact open, cursor blink playlist ready. Cue the slightly sweeter reward for 1 rep. Send a 1-line promise. Execute the 2-minute, start within 24 hours. 2 common traps. First, compensating with a big session. That trains miss right arrow punishment, which your brain will avoid next time. Second, moving the habit time after a wobble without fixing the trigger. If the trigger failed because it was fuzzy, switch to a stable cue. If it was solid and life just hit, keep it and rebuild. Let me give you 2 quick micro stories. Leo missed his Friday finance start 3 weeks in a row. We kept the paycheck cue, shrank the favor to log 1 number, gave the comeback rep a single chocolate square, and pinned the bank tab. He texted, "It felt trivial, but I actually started this week." Exactly. Trivial starts preserve identity. Nina skipped her morning lift after a late night. She ran the 24-hour rule at 5:30 p.m. Shoes by the door, 2-minute timer, 1 set chorus. "I didn't fix my sleep," she said, "but I kept faith with my 7 a.m. friend by proxy." That's a clean bounce. If you miss 2 days, don't escalate. Run 2 maintenance reps back-to-back days. Protect the loop's simplicity until latency drops under 30 seconds again. Only then consider extending, continue time. One more safety net, the arrival fallback. If your primary trigger gets nuked, use the next arrival cue. When I sit at my desk next, type 5 words. When keys hit the bowl, 1 set. It's not perfect, it's resilient. Your goal isn't pristine adherence, it's momentum. Remember, the habit isn't the minutes. It's the ignition. A miss isn't a broken identity, it's a runway that needs relighting. Keep favors tiny, triggers stable, rewards immediate, and you'll bounce back faster than your old guilt cycle ever did. Advanced variations, pre-commitment and environment design. Once the loop is working, here's how to turn likely into inevitable without adding strain. Pre-commit and reshape the environment so the right path is frictionless and the wrong path is costly. Let's start with pre-commit tools. Light touch first. Calendar invites with 1 other person listed, not for coaching, just a quiet witness, raise follow-through. A shared promise channel where you drop your 1-line plan each day does the same. If you want teeth, use small deposits you lose if you skip. It doesn't need to be public. A private conditional donation works. The key is simple stakes, not shame. The thing most people miss is they set giant penalties and then avoid the whole system. Keep stakes small and frequent so they guide you, not scare you. Apps that lock distractions are another pre-commit lever. Set a 15-minute block that auto-activates at your friend time. It's not for the whole session, just the ignition window. The lock flips the default. Starting your habit is easier than escaping to a feed. If you're sensitive to hard blocks, run a 2-step unlock instead. Distractions are behind 1 extra password or device you don't keep nearby. 1 extra step at ignition time often kills the urge. Now, choice architecture. Remove friction for the right action, add friction for the wrong one. Right action friction removals look like this. Laptop opens directly to the dock with the dash, headphones rest on the keyboard, kettlebell lives in front of the door, bank tab is pinned and first cell is ready. Wrong action friction adds look like this. Phone lives on a high shelf during your queue window, junk apps in a folder on the last screen, TV remote without batteries unless it's movie night. You're not banning anything, you're nudging direction. Temptation bundling is your friendly accelerator. Pair an enjoyable stimulus exclusively with ignition. Your favorite chorus only plays after the first line. A special coffee only pours after the first set. A podcast you love plays only while you walk during cooldown. The exclusivity matters. If you listen anytime, the bundle loses pull. Keep the treat clean and short so it doesn't swallow the habit. Timeboxing sprints help when your day is crowded. Use fixed 15-minute blocks with hard stops. The goal isn't output, it's a strong fence around the start plus a little continue time. A timer with a clear chime and an immediate micro-reward at minute 2 keeps the arc tight. Start, get paid, ride momentum, stop on purpose. Stopping on purpose builds a craving to return. That's useful. Priority rotation prevents fatigue. You don't need every bridge daily forever. Rotate the main bridge by season or weekday. Mon/wed/fry lift, 2/thur study, sat creative, sun finance check-in. Same triggers, same ignition rules, different artifacts. This keeps the loop fresh while protecting reliability. If a project spikes, run a focused sprint, elevate one bridge to daily for 2 weeks and demote the others to weekly maintenance reps. Just ignition, reward, stop. Let me show you a clean pre-commit stack in action. You set a 12/30 study friend. Pre-commit with a $5 conditional donation if you miss the ignition window. Environment makes the path easy, dock open to the dash, headphones on the keyboard, do not disturb auto on at 12:28. Wrong path gets friction, phone in the hallway charger, news sites blocked for 15 minutes. Temptation bundle, a saved 90-second chorus locked behind a stream deck button labeled start. Timebox, a 15-minute block with a hard stop alarm. Rotation, 2/thur are study days, Mon/wed/fry are lift days. The start now feels like flipping a switch. Pitfalls to avoid, overcommitting publicly. Big declarations invite drama and backlash if you miss. Keep promises small and frequent. Overhard locks that break workflows. If a block makes you fight the tool, you'll nuke it. Choose the lightest constraint that protects the first 2 minutes. Reward sprawl. Don't let the treat appear elsewhere. If the chorus becomes background noise all day, it loses motivational juice. A micro story. Priya struggled with afternoon coding starts. We added 2 moves, a device caddy by the door where her phone lived during the 6:05 queue, and a 15-minute focus lock that auto-started at 6:04. She paired ignition with a single espresso shot she loved. "It's like I get ushered in," she said. Starts climbed, latency dropped under 20 seconds, and she didn't feel policed, just guided. 1-minute setup you can do tonight. Pick one light pre-commit, a tiny deposit or a promise channel buddy. Add 1 friction remove and 1 friction add. Set a 15-minute autolock at your friend time. Bind 1 exclusive treat to ignition. If needed, timebox with a hard stop. You're not making the habit heavier, you're making the start default. When the default is start and get paid, future you stops waiting and present you stops arguing. 1-day walkthrough, morning to night. Morning, 6:58. Alarm buzzes. Feet hit floor, there's your trigger. Shoes are at the bedside, timer preset to 2 minutes, kettlebell in front of the door, playlist queued. You slide into shoes, press start, do 1 set. Reward lands immediately, cold water sip and 90 seconds of your saved chorus. Log 7:00 friend, 1 set. You can stop or continue. Either way, the day starts with a win. Midday, 12:28. Calendar hold pops, help 12:30 friend. Napkin down becomes the trigger. Headphones sit on the keyboard, dock open, question pasted, cursor after the dash. You type 1 line, confetti pops in your tracker, play your chorus. Keep going for a few minutes or close it. Log, 12:30 friend, answered Q1. Afternoon, 5:02. Paycheck notification hits, that's your cue. Bank tab is pinned, transfer template at $10, ledger open to the exact cell. You type the deposit number, run the $10 transfer, watch the cell flip green. Tiny treat, 1 square of chocolate. Log, 5:05 friend, logged plus transfer. Evening, 7:58. Lamp on your trigger. Canvas or dock is open to the exact start, brush set or sentence stem ready, 1 stroke or 1 sentence. Quick chorus, green check in your tracker. If momentum carries you, write it. If not, done counts. Review at 8:45. You scan starts, latency, ease, 2 greens, 1 yellow, 1 green. Note tweaks, move headphones earlier, refresh reward track. Set tomorrow's friend times and stage 1 favor each. Promote the easiest bridge by adding a 5-minute continue window. Simplify the yellow by surfacing the artifact to center screen. Day closed, future friends supported. Common mistakes and fixes. Let's clean up the pitfalls that quietly break this system and the quick fixes that make it stick. First, making favors complex. If your favor is a mini project, clearing an inbox, choosing a workout plan, outlining a chapter, you've turned prep into work. Fix. First, click only. Open the doc, paste one question, leave the cursor on a dash. Set the timer, place the shoes, cue the track. A good favor takes under 60 seconds and removes decisions, not adds them. Vague timing is next. Sometime in the morning or after work invites negotiation. Negotiation creates delay. Fix. Exact hour plus an after-activity trigger. At 12:30 after lunch. At 6:05 after keys hit the bowl. At 7:00 after the alarm buzz. Stable cues beat optimistic windows every time. Hidden materials kill momentum. If you need to hunt for a file, dig for shoes, or scroll for a playlist, you've added friction to the hardest moment. Fix. Visible, staged tools. Dock open in the foreground, headphones on the keyboard, kettlebell blocking the doorway, bank tab pinned with the exact cell visible. If tired, you can't see the start in 2 seconds, surface it. Delayed rewards are a silent failure mode. If the payoff arrives at the end, your brain won't wire, start equals good. Fix. Immediate, small, specific unlocks tied to the first 2 minutes. Chorus after one sentence, coffee after one set, confetti after compile. Keep it short and exclusive so it enhances the loop and doesn't swallow it. Too many bridges at once is the classic overload. You feel inspired, stack 4 habits, and then break all 4. Fix. Cap at 2 active bridges per day and follow 1 in, 1 stabilize. Add only after 7 successful starts. Audit weekly and promote, pause, or prune based on starts and latency, not vibes. Moving triggers are sneaky. After meetings, when I'm free, when I feel ready, these drift. Fix. Anchors that happen regardless. After coffee, after lunch, keys in bowl, paycheck ping, lamp on. If life nukes a cue, use the arrival fallback. When I sit at my desk next, type 5 words. Multi-step starts are friction disguised as setup. Choosing music, finding a pen, picking a file, each is a decision tax. Fix. Collapse to 1 click, 1 press, 1 line. Pre-choose the track, place the pen, open the file to the exact line. Test. Can a groggy version of you start within 15 seconds? If not, shave a step. Reward drift happens when your treat leaks into the rest of the day. If your chorus plays anytime, it loses pull at ignition. Fix. Make the reward exclusive to the start. Label it mentally and in your app, start-only chorus. If it drifts, swap to a new track and retire the old one from daily life. Expanding the start is a common productivity creep. You feel good and inflate 1 line into 1 page. Next day it feels heavy and you skip. Fix. Never expand ignition. If you want more, extend the continue phase after you've been paid. The start stays tiny forever. The optional portion flexes with energy. Outcome chasing too early backfires. Watching the scale, grades, or balances daily creates noise and disappointment. Fix. 4-week outcome blackout. Track starts, favors, latency, and ease. Let the compounding do its work before you check lags. Overhard locks can create backlash. If a block breaks your workflow, you'll disable it. Fix. Light constraints that protect the first 2 minutes, auto do not disturb, 1 extra step to reach distractions, 15-minute focus windows. Finally, interpreting misses as identity. I'm inconsistent becomes the story. Fix. Run the bounce back protocol. Same trigger, tiniest favor, environment reset, one-time sweeter reward, done within 24 hours. You're maintaining the association, not proving virtue. If you remember nothing else in this section, remember this. Small, visible, and immediate beats big, hidden, and delayed. First click only, exact timing, staged tools, instant unlock. Keep the bridges few and the start sacred. Key takeaway. Shrink the future into a 5-minute, socially weighted favor, anchor it to a stable cue, and pay the start so present you and future you finally align. Build 1 time bridge tonight. Pick a friend time, stage the first click, set a stable trigger, and tie a 60-90 second reward to ignition. Then watch my advanced session on stacking and pre-commit to scale it without overload. Subscribe for weekly brain-backed systems that make hard things easy.